I just want to see some on settings.
I wanted to let you know that we have, the trip's going to happen. Because we have 4 people that have not registered that are, they told me they're registering before the end of October. The meeting the first time until we have people.
Okay, all right, great.
But it is happening.
Okay,
We may not be having a family Shabbat.
All of those are all kids you're supposed to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. We have supposedly this amount of people to consecrate this evening. Yeah. And 2 of them are here. Oh, they're out there. Okay. So 4 of them are here. Do I need proxies? No, it doesn't quite work that way, Susan. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait about 6 or 7 more minutes before we get started. And then we're just going to do with however we have here. And then that's just what we're going to do. So we're going to delay about 7 minutes. Good evening. Good evening. So, because it is 10 minutes almost after 6, and this, I know they're coming in. The last two groups are coming in, and surprisingly, they're often late, so this is not a surprise, but, it happens. Come on in, guys. We're all waiting for you. You aren't last. You can sit wherever. Actually, so we're gonna do a shortened version of our family Shabbat service tonight because we have some babies in the room and we don't know how long they're gonna be maintained for. And we don't mind crying in this place, but we also want to recognize that parents with young children are often more tired than anybody else, and they probably want their sleep too. So we're going to do what we normally do is I have all my kiddos, so come on up here, sit up in the front like you're used to. Come on. The adults, you're welcome to stay seated at your seats. Unless you'd like to join the kids up front, you can do that too. Well, you could get down. I'm not sure you could get back up. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Anna. So what we do normally in our family Shabbat service is that Carly, who's going to come sit over here too, she's always on the ground. We would normally light Shabbat candles, but for the sake of time and because we're going to be lighting the Shabbat candles in our regular service, I'm just going to turn these on and act as if we already lit them. Ooh, that's hot. Thank you for laughing. And then we're going to do a couple songs and a couple of prayers. And then, one by one, I'm going to invite them to join Miss Emily up at the Ark. You'll see when the Ark is open, there are little Torahs about that big that are lined up on the inside of the Ark. And each child that I call by name will get a certificate. And I'll show you what the certificate looks like. It looks like this. It says, it's okay. She wants grandma. It's okay. It says Certificate of Consecration. This certificate is awarded to, their names are written here. Welcome to the Beth Shalom Religious School, and it's signed by me and Miss Emily. And then they will also get a little Torah. And then we will, after they all have their Torahs, we will sing Shechianu together. And then I will invite the children and their parents to leave or stay, whichever you prefer. And we'll take a 5-minute break before we go into the 6:30-ish service. Okay, so what we normally do is we sing Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom. So let's do that. Oh, this is not easy today. You guys ready? You ready? You got your hands ready? Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery berry berry bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. No, I'm not jumping up, but you can. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, cheery beery beery bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. And now Carly is going to lead, I believe, our favorite song, but we have to start out slow before we get fast.
Okay.
David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. 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 Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai. Do y'all want to go faster?
Guys, are you ready?
Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. She says that she can go faster.
Faster?
Maybe she.
Okay. You want to lead it?
This is like that song from Greece.
Melech
V'Kayam, David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. Okay, that was pretty good.
That was super fast, right?
I think Anna's got it next. She's going to lead us next. Okay, so now, guys, I think we're ready to pray. So we're going to stand up and we're going to face the ark and we're going to sing the Baruch Hu. Okay? Okay. Are y'all ready with me? 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. And before we sit down, the next thing we have to do, remember, do it with me. Shh. Ah. Do it again. Shh. Ah. Faster. Shema. Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Okay, now y'all can be seated. And we're going to sing 2 more songs. And then we're going to stand and we're all going to get our certificates and our little Torahs. Okay, we're going to sing a song about peace. I think you guys know this one. You have a question?
When do we go back to summer school?
Summer school. Sunday school. Well, our first coming Sunday school is actually this coming Sunday. Oh, such a wonderful thing for a rabbi to see a kid go, yes, when it comes to religious school. Oh, say shalom bimromav, uya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. And the last song that we're going to sing, let's see if you guys remember what I taught you. How do you say brother in Hebrew? Batya? That's kind of sort of brother, maybe, in Anastasia language. How do you say brother? Do you remember David Melech Yisrael? We used to call it Ima, Abba. Did I never teach you guys brothers and sisters? No. Let's see if this will help you. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. That means brothers. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Yeah. Okay, Emily, can I get your help and assistance, please? Listen. I had surgery this week, so be careful. Be nice. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so I'm going to ask Emily to open the ark doors, which means the rest of you need to stand up, please. And as I call your name, you're going to come get a certificate from me, and then you're going to go to Miss Emily. And I would like to ask you to please stay up at the ark until we're all done, so that somebody can get a picture of all of our new consecrated students. Sam Edelman. Hold all your applause till we're done. And we do this, right. Sailor Gray. Sailor? Come here, Sailor. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. How about Sailor and Ashlyn come together? Usually, that's the opposite. Usually, she's a girl that knows what she wants. Matthew Danderand. Mason Danderand. And your little sister will have to come back in a few years. Go get a tour from Miss Emily. Benjamin Scher. Lucas Erdvig. Haley Gray. Stephen Edelman. There you are. Akiva Boxt. Danica Boxt. Skylar Gray. Alexandria Scher. Joseph Scher. And the oldest person in our religious school, Isis Erdvig. But I believe we're going to have another fourth grader join you at some point very soon. Maybe. So, would y'all take a picture now of the whole group with Miss Emily? All of the little ones, look forward at your parents. Here, let me put the computer down. So, look here for Akiva. Smile. There you go. Okay. You can come back in another year or two, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much. You can go back with your parents now.
I'm with my parents.
No, go back with your mom. And we'll sing one more song together as a community before we end this service. And we're going to sing, why don't we sing, what song should we sing, Miss Emily? Carly, what song should we sing? Just a closing song. I don't know if the kids know that one. So then you come up here and do it. Okay, big people. Big people. Next Friday night is the Camp Coleman Wear White Shabbat service. Starts at 6:30, and the song that Carly's about to teach you is going to actually be one of the songs we sing in the service. So pay attention. I'm helping you teach it. Okay. Yeah. Into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. It's really simple, guys. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day as day turns to night. And that leads into a singing of the Ma'ariv Arvim, which we're not going to do tonight, but let's do it one more time just to make sure we got it. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Parents, it's okay if your kids get it before you do. It's fine. Family Shabbat service, little ones, Shabbat Shalom. If you want to stay, you are certainly welcome to. Otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday. Big people services will continue in about 5 minutes.
Can I talk to you before I leave?
Is it on?
Yeah.
Here. Hold this in.
Hey, real quick, before the parents leave, I don't know if you guys know, we do a yearbook every year. And I don't know if you got one when you joined, but I have one I can show you. And it gives you a chance to run a New Year's ad. And it also lets you you list your dividends, your babies. So if you have any questions, Emily will have the forms on Sunday as well. All right? Thank you. How do you turn this off? No, nobody's listening. It's too loud.
Well, the kids are going to leave them.
How do you turn this off? Naomi looks fantastic.
Paging K Fly Shaker. Paging K Fly Shaker. Paging K Fly Shaker. Paging K Fly Shaker. Okay, before we start services, I'm going to turn my mic. No, you're going to use the microphone because people at home want to know too. I'm going to turn my microphone, my very special microphone, over to Julie Rockland. So please give her your undivided attention.
Okay, I don't know who heard me last time, but we all know what this is. This is our yearbook, okay? Our biggest fundraiser, our biggest no-brainer. I also have forms. If you need a form, get it from me. If your stuff has not changed, we don't need to talk. I'm going to run the same thing I ran last year. But we have full page, half page, three-quarter page, and business card. You can do memorials. You can do dividends, which are children, and jewels are grandchildren. I wonder why they're jewels. So if you would like to run an ad, we would love it. Every member of the congregation will get one of these on Kol Nidre, okay? And it'll have your telephone number, your address, your email, your cell phone. Whatever info is in Rekefet is going to be in here. So you can reach out to your fellow members and everything. But like Sisterhood will send me pictures, and the religious school will be in here. But here is like this one right here. Lashana Tova, Raylin and Wayne. Then over here we have Michael and Betsy Brody. So if you want to run an ad, if you're new and haven't, please get with me and I will get everything set up for you. All right, so if you have questions, see me at the back.
After services.
Duh.
She did dumb me, but she really was dumb God.
Oh, really? Okay.
She says, oh, really? Okay.
I know, see, for example, Tish Lemon being Kiddush. Susan told she was staying
Okay, so we're going to start services now. So you can still get things from Julie, but I ask that you stop talking. Okay. Out of the horse's mouth, as my mother would say.
Susan will be shocked.
Yes, she will. It is good for her. Okay, so we're going to turn in our prayer books to page 259 as we do a prayer for the state of Israel. Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim Yishalyu Ohavayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Together on the bottom of the page. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there, as we say together, Amen. And now, before I invite Susan Jarosh up to light her Shabbat candles as the only outgoing board member present, not yet, I said before I invite you up, we're going to take a moment for simchot, good things, blessings. Before we get started, before I invite you guys to start, I want to let the congregation know that our Israel trip in March and April is a go. We have 7 people who have absolutely registered, and we have 4 people who have said they're going to register between now and the end of the end of October, which means we are at 11, which means we are a go. So that does not mean that you can't join us. That just means that we are now for sure going, which makes Bacha extremely happy, which makes me happy. And for those of you who've never been to Israel, I'm sure it makes you also extremely happy. But again, if you want to join us, please talk to me, and we do have more space. Now, simchot, birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries. Michael. Fantastic. 28 years. Wonderful. Mazal tov. Yes, ma'am. Steve, how old are you? That is you guys have been married for a long time, because if you tried that 20 years ago, she would have slapped you. He said a year younger than Debbie. No, it would have been better if it was a year older than Debbie. Yes, Bruce. I would listen to your wife on this one, Bruce. Because we don't have a bed for you to sleep here. Well, happy early birthday, Barbara. Yes. You have a 37-year-old daughter to be? Wow. Mazal tov for both of those. For your daughter and for that you have a 37-year-old daughter. Any others? Yes, Bacha? Well, why didn't you announce it? You just did. And she is 2 years younger than me. She will always be 2 years younger than me. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, because that would tell you how old she is. Anybody else? She's 45. She said it, so I can say it. Okay, I would like to invite Susan Jarosh and any of her family to join her as we light the Shabbat candles on page 2. Page dos, Stein, 2. You should have said it. Ohenu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, b'tzivanu lahadlik. Oh, I didn't get there till Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kirishanu b'mitzvotav V'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. And for the first of our 3 videos this evening, Lechadodi from Central Synagogue, featuring Alana Arian, Julia Cadrain Arian, and Rabbi Angela Buchdahl, who is the she is the Reform Rabbi for America.
Our musicians bring so much extra life and soul to our music, but every once in a while, they actually bring us the music. And tonight, we asked Alana Arian to teach us a new Lechadodi that she wrote. It is the world premiere right here at Central Synagogue this Friday night.
Thank you. So I'm going to teach you your part, the Lechadodi here. It goes like this. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Lechadodi likrat kala
Page 20.
penei Shabbat nekabela. Again. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
You did that so well, and I didn't even give you the page number. Page 20. And now that we have it, we'll rise and we'll sing it together again.
1, 2. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל
Not yet. We rise we rise on our feet. We turn in our prayer books to page 145 to show you that there is more than one service in our prayer book. We're turning to Shabbat evening number 2. Please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Bi'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala ba'agala uv'izman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'olmei almaya yitbarach yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitramam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shmei dekudasha brechu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma ve'imeru amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. We continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, page 147. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim B'chokhmah Poteach She'arim U'vitvuna Mishanei Itim Umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmarotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzivaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. You can follow the words to the next song on page 148.
Otanu
So I have two things to say. Number one, that was none other than Botch's preschool music teacher in religious school, Debbie Friedman. That's the first thing I want to say. And the second thing I want to say is, boy, I should have watched this video before I showed it. Because raise your hand if you caught the problem. Yeah, we don't pronounce Yud Hey Vav Hey. So clearly, this particular version was written by someone who does not support necessarily the same kind of Judaism that I do. Because Yehovah is not the way we pronounce God's name. We don't know how to pronounce God's name. Yeah. I caught that at the same time you did. Next time I go to one of her channels instead of this one. And this becomes a unsave from my record. Please rise and turn to page 149 for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We continue on page 150 of the Ve'ahavta. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta ba'am b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu totafot bein einecha uchtavtam hamezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We read responsively on page 151. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. When will redemption come? Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. You can follow along with the words of the next song on page 152. And if you guessed that these people were from New York, you were right. Seriously. Although, New Jersey actually, although Eric actually has family from Dahlonega area, but he is from New Jersey and grew up in New Jersey. They are amazing. Mama Donnie, the wife, she got her start as Mama Donnie, and she was a kids music thing. And then she and Eric got together and put together Nefesh Mountain, and they are actually setting every single record you could think of bluegrass. They've been on what's that? The rock magazine. Not Rolling Stone, the other one. Anyway, they've been on magazines. There have been not just for the Jewish music, but also for bluegrass. They are tremendous. You should look them up. Whether you like them or not, you should look them up. We continue on page 153. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Please rise and turn to page 155 for the Amidah. Adonai, sefaitai tiftach, ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi geula livnei v'neihem, Leman shemo b'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, Morid hata'al, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yihalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Page 160, please be seated. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 164. We continue singing Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki atah Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai Hamevarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom. We're going to continue now with the singing of Eloheinu Tzor, which is on page 165. You can follow along with the words, and we will go straight from that into a silent meditation.
One, two, three.
צור לשוני מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה ולנקר אליי נפשי תדום ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי אלוהי צור לשוני מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה ולנקר אליי נפשי תדום ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי אלוהי נצור לשוני מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה ולנקר אליי נפשי תדום ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי לשוני מרע ושפתיי מדבר מרמה ולנקר אליי נפשי תדום ונפשי כעפר לכל תהיה אלוהי אלוהי, יהיו לרצון אמרתי, מהגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני, 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 צורי, אדוני, צורי, אלוהי.
We turn now in our prayer books to page 253 as we think about all of those in our community who are in need of healing, whether it be mind, body, or spirit. If you have a name you'd like to add to our prayers of healing this Shabbat, please raise your hand. Joe. I'm going to get there. Page 253. Mi sheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I'd like to invite all of our incoming board members to join me up here on the bima. You can either sit down in the choir chairs, or you can sit down in my chair. All of next year's board, please join me. You can have a seat for now, but it'll be easier for you to. I have often thought about what it takes to be the president of a Jewish organization. Somebody sit in my chair, please. There are long hours away from your family and long meetings which require a tremendous amount of time developing and redeveloping all of the many aspects that make up that organization. Of course, then you have to throw in the Jewish aspect, which makes the decision-making process that much more challenging, as the decisions are best when they can be based in the ideals and ethics of Judaism. Under the leadership of Kay Fleischaker and the rest of the outgoing board of directors, we have seen an increase in our membership, the creation of new programs that help to bring us closer as a family, and a tremendous, tremendous dedication to the religious school, which has and will continue to bring many new children into our school. Our educational program is now considered to be not only the only Jewish educational program in our city, but the educational program in our city. And their commitment to this program has been outstanding. Thank you to our outgoing board members, Arlene Matthews, Susan Jarosh, and Ted Schwimmer. Throughout our history, the Jewish people have been led by great leaders. These leaders have been responsible for leading our people, guided by the principles outlined to us in our sacred texts. In Parashat Yitro, all the way back in Exodus, we saw a defining moment for one of our greatest, if not our greatest, Jewish leader. In Exodus 18, verses 21 through 23, Yitro, or Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, charges Moses, quote, "You shall also seek out from among the people capable individuals who fear God, trustworthy ones who spurn ill-gotten gain. Set these over them as chiefs of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Have them bring every major dispute to you, but let them decide every minor dispute themselves. Make it easier for yourself by letting them share the burden with you. If you do this, and God so commands you, you will be able to bear up, and all these people too will go home unwearied." Just like Moses' selection of leaders to guide the Israelites in the desert thousands of years ago, the leaders of our congregation have been challenged to lead, always challenged by Jewish values. To our new incoming board members, Rachel Laycock Etheridge, Joe Swit, and Barry Hartman, welcome or welcome back. I would like to invite, well, I did already, so I'm not going to invite you up again. You're already here. Jethro in this parsha is counseling Moses to allow others to work with him to lead the people. How many of us actually believe Moses listened to his father-in-law's first attempt at making a suggestion? If you are like me and are lucky to have a great relationship with your in-law, it is still hard to believe. However, Moses did listen, and eventually Jethro selected leaders to help in guiding and monitoring the Israelites with Moses. The installation of a new board is momentous, not only because you have elected new leaders, it is also important because you are challenging them to lead together, which is sometimes the hardest thing to do. Moses was becoming completely overwhelmed with the responsibilities he had. Jethro recognizes this in Moses, encouraged him to choose and allow others to help him lead. Every new leader is obligated to recognize that sharing the burden of responsibility is incredibly valuable and important. If we look at the example given to us in Parashat Yitro, we see that Moses trained the elders. The elders then trained the additional judges, and those judges helped to train the future leaders of the Israelite nation. While our structure is different today, we do not have a Moses who is responsible for everything. We do have a board who shares this responsibility with the congregation. It is up to these members to train others to be involved with the sacred duty of managing our congregation, whether it is in committees, helping out with Oneg Shabbat, etc. I am also available as a resource to help guide in making decisions. However, ultimately, the board members are responsible for making our decisions, these decisions for our congregation regarding our future. They are led still, and hopefully for a long time, by a president who will work tirelessly to ensure that the decisions they make are guided by Jewish values and ideals that we find present in our sacred Jewish texts. This is not a group solely responsible for the maintenance of our congregation. They are responsible for helping to create an environment where any congregant can be a vital and active part of this process. By working together to train future leaders in our community, these board members are leading by example. Now I invite you to please rise and come stand in front of the ark. And Barry, would you open the ark doors? Please rise. Board, as you are the elected arm of a Jewish congregation, go closer. As you are the elected arm of a Jewish congregation, your responsibilities are different from any other board you may serve. Your task is a Jewish task, a sacred responsibility. As this tradition of appointing and choosing leaders goes all the way back to Moses, you are heirs to a tradition thousands of years old, beginning in the Torah. Many of the decisions you will grapple with will be very different from what you are challenged by outside the walls of the synagogue. I truly hope you will come to feel it is a great honor to be elected to grapple with this. This responsibility of leading a Jewish congregation is a sacred responsibility. I pray that you will guide this kahal, always remembering the honor you have been given and realizing the sacred roles you now fill. Congregation, by being present at today's installation of this new board, we are witnesses to their acceptance of their responsibility. By being here, we are supporting this installation. We will not always understand or even agree with every decision this elected group makes. Of course, this adds to their great responsibility. They are to be guided by the Jewish values we find present in our sacred texts, never losing sight of our rich history. May they work together as a family and never be afraid to ask for help or support from other members. As the newly elected leaders of this congregation board, you are trustworthy, God-fearing individuals that Jethro spoke to Moses about in our Parsha. I will always be available to the board for guidance and support. However, as I am a witness to this installation, I am putting my trust in you and your success as well. Congregation, we stand here this evening as witnesses to the continued tradition of the Jewish people, as we will now install our new board. Board, face me. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka, may God's presence shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's presence be with you, and may God grant you peace. As we say together, amen. Please close the ark doors. You may go back to your seats now. You're welcome. We recite the Shechianu together as we celebrate this moment, which formally begins the board's sacred responsibility of leading our sacred congregation. You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai. That's the wrong melody. You guys, you didn't stop me. You didn't stop me. I'm your leader. Take me to your leader. Huh? I know, but I was singing Haparei Sukkot Shalom. Why didn't you stop me? You're so good. What was that, Ted? I was on a roll. The wrong roll. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this joyous occasion. And we say together, amen. And now, if there are any children, yep, I see one back there. Come on up. No? She says no. Okay, that's okay. It's not the first time I've been told no in my life. And it won't be the last either. Are there any other children in the room? Biologically, guys, not by your mind. Okay, then I invite you all to please rise. Will you please open the doors? Okay. Page 282 at the bottom. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, Vegoralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Page 287. V'nemar, V'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yihye Adonai echad ushemo echad. Please be seated. Yesh kochavim she'oram magia arza rak ka'asher hem atzmam avdu ve'enam. Yesh anashim shazir zichram me'ir ka'asher hem atzmam enam od b'tochenu. Orot ele hamvachikim. Becheshkat halayel, hem shemarim la'adam et haderech. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Our congregation this Shabbat commemorates the death anniversaries, the yahrzeits of Leonard Rockauer, father of Robert Rockauer, Matthew Brand, son of Joan Brand, Helen Grassberg, mother of Susan Ahern. I'm reading the right wrong list. No, this is the right list. I am so sorry. Today is the 18th. I was reading the wrong list. I apologize. If you just heard that name being read, I will read it again next week. This Shabbat, we commemorate the yahrzeits of Alan Goroff, brother of Janet Kreisman, A. Tom Kirshner, father of Rita Singer, Jay Zeroff, Barbara Breiter, mother of Deborah Breiter Terry, Fred Brinker, father of Herbert Brinker, Alice Falchuk, mother of Joel Falchuk, Janet Wood, mother-in-law of Naomi Berman, Albert Goldberg, friend of Wayne and Raylyn O'Mell, Norma Price, daughter of Robert Price, David Unger, brother of Roxanne Barron, Betty Lipson, sister of Herbert Brinker, Dr. Charles Shepton, Raymond Spear, father of Diane Hartman, Alan Adler, brother of Selig Adler, David Bash, father of Rita Hoffman, Muriel Malkin, mother of Marion Taub, Matthew Brand, son of Joan Brand, and Beverly Gordon, remembered by Amy Schwartz. If there is a name you'd like to add in our prayers of memory this Shabbat, please raise your hand. Please rise, turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah, bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mivarach le'olam u'lomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei kudusha brechu. Le'elam en kol berchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Osei shalom imramav. Huya asei shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May all their memories be for a blessing as we say together. Amen. Please be seated. I'd like to now invite our president, Kay Fleischaker, for some announcements.
Thank you. Sunday school actually starts this Sunday. I want to remind you all, if you wish to go to Golda, the movie at Regal Theater, it's on Wednesday the 23rd. You can go online and get your tickets. Rabbi Box and several other congregants are going to go. If you're interested, please make your reservation online and join us. Next Friday night, we're asking people to wear white because that's what happens for Camp Coleman, and we're going to have a Shabbat for Camp Coleman. As Julie told you earlier, we're working on the yearbook. This is our biggest fundraiser of the year. So please, if everything is correct, do nothing. If last year's was right, that's easy, do nothing. If you want to add something, someone, you have a new grandchild, a new child, someone unfortunately has passed away, let her know so we can put it in the yearbook. On September 10th, we're having a special decallier, is coming as Hannah, and it's going to be a wonderful performance. Break the Fast, there's a sign up in the lobby. If you have any questions, Rachel is in charge of that. We also, Serena Handelman is doing Onyx. She's here. I'm glad to see her. So if you're interested in doing an Onyx, please see her. Hebrew class sign up is also in the lobby. Rabbi already told you if you're interested in going to Israel, you can still sign up. It's not too late. The Onyx tonight is sponsored by the board. They all made or bought things, so hopefully you will enjoy. Bema Flowers are Arnold Oldstein in honor of Mildred's birthday. Steve Silver in honor of Dale's birthday. Rita Hoffman with loving thoughts of David Bosch. Michael and Roxanne Barron in honor of their anniversary. Congratulations. Ed and Barbara Gorn in honor of their anniversary. And Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Our closing song this evening will be something we already sung already, page 340, Hine Matov. And my wife wants me to say to you that our service next Friday night is at 6:30. Our service next Friday night is at 6:30. So please be here at 6:30 if you want to be here for that service. And we hope that you do. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. And to entice you to come next week at 6:30, all of the music will be done by Jay Kreisman, bringing back his younger days as a camp guy. Carly Boxt, myself, hopefully Danica and Akiva will sing some too, and obviously we will have a song sheet so you will be able to follow along with the words. And there will be no sermon next week. It'll just be stories about camp from Evan Taub and Carly Boxt. So please join us for that service. Barry Hartman is leading us in Kiddush and Motzi, so we'll see you in the social hall.